Erstfeld is one of the most important depots for SBB Historic, bringing together numerous locomotives and railway cars, and to maintain them, they rely on a specific team, the Erstfeld team. Hello, Robert.
Bonjour, Mathis.
You're part of this team, and so tell me, who are you all?
As you mentioned earlier, we work here as a private team on SBB Historic locomotives with the mission of keeping these unique locomotives operational and in working order as much as possible, because our goal is not to be a static museum like the Museum of Transport, for example, but rather to be a living, active depot that keeps these old historic locomotives running and in service for everyone to see and enjoy.
What exactly is your role within the team?
I am the vice president of our team. On the one hand, I obviously work very closely with the president, but in addition to that important role, I am also the technical manager for the team. So, all technical questions and issues ultimately end up with me. Hopefully not on my desk, but with the machines themselves. That means repairing them and getting them back into proper working order, sometimes using the original plans and documentation that still exist. That is actually my main mission and primary responsibility.
How long have you been working?
For 13 years.
I imagine you must have a favorite among the cars and locomotives.
Of course, yes. My locomotive is the AE66, the classic Gotthard locomotive actually, after the Second World War. And then, of course, the Crocodile, the classic Gotthard locomotive, originally just before the First World War. But unfortunately, we only have one heart for several locomotives. Sometimes things don't go together very well, I have to admit, but we always somehow manage.
And for years, Erstfeld was really a stronghold, a headquarters for regular Gotthard trains, right?
And that, it must be said, obviously has a very long and rich railway tradition. Back in the day when I was in school, if you asked a child, what is the railway village in Switzerland? The immediate answer was Erstfeld. Unfortunately, this importance has diminished a bit over the years, but we are trying to keep it alive in the historical field, because we say that we actually have the very best and most historically iconic line right on our doorstep, namely the old Gotthard line.
Thank you very much, Robert, for being with us on this show, and see you soon on Rail 1.
With pleasure, and I'm certainly looking forward to your return.